वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। In the last class, I told that we will start the next class with the topic Pramanam. We saw that the three Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama, three Purushartha, and the last Purushartha, Moksha Purushartha, the difference between these two categories. The first three Purushartha is the pursuit of pleasant things. And the last one is the pursuit of the good thing, which is good for me. All the four Purusharthas, they involve knowledge. Whether it is karma, what is achievable by karma, or what is achievable by jnanam, both involves knowledge. Both involves knowledge. For example, the knowledge, unless you know the knowledge of a thing, like you hear that there is a There is a place, there is a place, it's a beautiful place called the Valley of Flowers in the Himalayas. Unless you have this knowledge, there is a place called Valley of Flowers in the Himalayas. You will not attempt to go to that place. So to go to that place and enjoy the sightseeing, enjoy the beautiful flowers. That going involves action. The going is a karma, but that karma is preceded by the knowledge. The knowledge of the place is required. Any place you want to go on your summer vacation, the place you choose, before you choose to go, what you do is you try to know about the place, the important place, sightseeing places. The knowledge is there. The knowledge precedes before the action. Therefore, any activity, any karma, any karma which is in the form of gaining things, objects, or persons, or the situations, it could be in the form of a situations, or any karma, any action involved in gaining knowledge of a thing. So any human endeavor involved in gaining the knowledge of a thing, it is preceded by jnanam, knowledge. In other words, we can say any kriya shakti is preceded by jnana shakti. Kriya shakti. Shakti is the power or the ability to do a kriya. Kriya means action. Any kriya shakti is preceded by jnana shakti. Jnanam is there first, then kriya will be. Knowledge of a thing is there, then the action happens, either to gain the object or to gain the knowledge of the object. For that, we should know about the object. Therefore, Kriya Shakti preceded by Jnana Shakti. And now Jnana Shakti is there, then Kriya Shakti, then the desire arises to have it, to enjoy it, to enjoy the objects in whatever form it may be. So therefore, the three Shaktis are operated by the human beings. So first one is Jnana Shakti, the knowledge is there, which is followed by Kriya, Karma, that is Kriya Shakti. Then after you gain the knowledge of the objects, then Icha Shakti is there. So the Icha propels Kriya. First Jnana Shakti, then Icha Shakti, then Kriya Shakti. So Kriya is preceded by Icha and Jnanam and Icha. The desire to gain the object is there. Therefore, I do activity. So therefore, for Kriya Shakti as well as for Icha Shakti, what is preceded is Jnana Shakti. The Jnanam of the objects or the places or the situations that is important. That becomes the important condition for any human activity. The Jnanam. So therefore, before you develop the desire, before you attempt to gain it, what you try to do is you try to gather facts about that by applying the appropriate means of knowledge. The knowledge of a thing is gained by applying the means of knowledge. So that you do first, and then based on the nature of the object, based on the nature, the nature of the object is known by the knowledge. So based on that, then you develop a desire whether you want to have it, or you may not desire also. Once you know the nature of the object, you may decide not to go for it. That also possible. That depends on the knowledge. Suppose if you develop a desire to gain that, then you work for it. Kriya Shakti. So all the three Shaktis are there. But the first Shakti, the first thing what with we operate is the Jnanam. Therefore, that Jnanam of a thing is gained by the application of the means of knowledge. The means of knowledge is there, and knowledge is there, and the object is there. Knowledge of the object is there, and the object is there. And the person who wants to gain the knowledge of the object by applying the means of knowledge is there. So four things are there: the person, the object, the knowledge, and the means of knowledge. And any knowledge, if you take, it is gained by the appropriate means of knowledge. If you want to gain the right knowledge about a thing, you must apply the right means of knowledge. Why? Because the means of knowledge determines the validity of the knowledge, the correctness of the knowledge. You cannot expect to gain the right knowledge by applying the wrong means of knowledge, because the means of knowledge are as much important as the knowledge itself. For example, you want to know the color of an object or the form of an object, color or form, shape of an object. What means of knowledge you use? You use eyes. Only means of knowledge available to know the color or the form, the shape is eyes. Only means of knowledge by which we know the color or shape is eyes only. There is no other means of knowledge. You cannot gain that. You cannot gain that knowledge, the color of an object, by other means of knowledge. Even if you try, it is not possible. Because the eyes are meant for knowing the color, knowing for the shape. The color is known by seeing, therefore, eyes are involved. Color cannot be known by touch, color cannot be known by the sound, color, you cannot smell the color. So, therefore, the other available means of knowledge have their own scope of application, therefore, they don't have any role to gain the knowledge about the color of an object. Similarly, the sound also. Shabda. The sound also can be perceived only by ears. Ears are meant for it. Bhagavan has designed in such a way that each means of knowledge, what he has given to us in the form of sense organs, they have certain scope of application. Eyes for seeing and gaining the knowledge of the object in terms of its color or shape, and ears for sound. When we say here, it could be hearing, sound, shabda. Eyes and ears, they cannot decide to swap their scope of knowledge. It's not possible. The person who operates the means of knowledge, the eyes and ears, he cannot also decide to change the role of the means of knowledge. He cannot do it. Even if you try, he can't do it. Therefore, even the knower doesn't have any role over the means of knowledge. He cannot decide. He doesn't have any say over the means of knowledge to change the scope of application. Not possible. The means of knowledge are given by Bhagavan. And the knower wants to know. The knower can operate the means of available means of knowledge, available appropriate means of knowledge to gain the knowledge of an object. It is given. It is given by Bhagavan. Therefore, the role of the knower is only in using or applying the appropriate means of knowledge to gain the knowledge of an object. Therefore, if you want to see an object, use eyes. Eyes for Varna Jnanam. Varna is color. Eyes are used for Varna Jnanam. And ears are used for Shabda Jnanam. Jnanam is there. I want to gain the knowledge, therefore I use these means of knowledge. Gain the knowledge of the color, Varna, Varna Jnanam, therefore I use eyes. Gain the knowledge of the sound, I use ears. Shabda Jnanam is what I want, therefore I use ears. Therefore, it is very clear the means of knowledge are very important as the knowledge itself, which the knower wants to gain. And the means of knowledge, they are the producers of knowledge. They are the generator of knowledge. Knowledge generator. Jnana Janakam. Jnana Janakam. Eyes are the Jnana Janakam with regard to color, shape. Ears are the Jnana Janakam Pramanam with regard to Shabda. Therefore, we understand the importance on the means of knowledge. And there are four factors. I said there are four factors involved in gaining the knowledge, jnanam. What are they? Number one, pramanam. Pramanam means means of knowledge, pramanam. Number two, prama. Prama. The knowledge is called prama. Jnanam, the knowledge of an object, is called prama. And the next factor is pramatru, the knower. The knower of the knowledge is called pramatru or jnatru, the knower who wants to gain the knowledge. Then prameyam. Fourth factor is prameyam, the object of knowledge. So four factors: Pramanam, Prama, Pramatru, Prameyam. These four factors are involved when we operate the means of knowledge. The means of knowledge is called Pramanam. The word Pramanam, Ma is that. Ma means to know. We saw in the Sanskritam class, every word as a root is there. Every word you can etymologically derive from a verbal root. Even noun form also. Even a pratipadikam also derived from the verbal root. All the words will have a verbal root. From a verbal root, you can make a kriya padam as well as a noun nama padam also. Anyway, that is a different topic altogether. But root is there. Similar to English. English go is there. For example, go becomes goer. Do, doer. Do is an action. It's a verb. From the verb we derive the noun, doer, create, creator, generate, generator. So, similarly, the word pramanam, when we say, the verbal root is ma. Ma means to know. Therefore, pramanam means prakarshena miyate nyayate anena iti pramanam. That is the etymological explanation of the word pramanam. The word pramanam is derived from the root, verbal root ma, which means to know. Therefore, the meaning is that by which something is discreetly known. It's called pramanam. The word pramanam means that by which something is known. Therefore, means of knowledge. Ma means to measure. Ma means to measure, to fathom. It also means to know. Ma means to know. In the sense of jnanam also, the word dhatu ma is used. Therefore, pramanam means the means of knowledge. And the knowledge, jnanam, is called prama. And the knower is called pramatru. And the object of knowledge is called prameyam. Therefore, the knowledge of an object is gained by the knower by operating the means of knowledge. Knowledge of what? Knowledge of the object. The knowledge of an object is gained by the knower of the object by the application of the appropriate means of knowledge. Pramata pramanena prameyasya pramam prapnoti. The knower gains the knowledge of the object by the means of knowledge. And with regard to pramanam, we will see what are the different types of pramanam later. With regard to pramanam, we have certain conditions. To call a pramanam to be a valid pramanam, only when we know the pramanam is valid, then only we use it. We know it that eyes for color. Therefore, we use this. We don't think and use. What means of knowledge should I use for seeing that person or seeing the color? We don't sit and think and analyze and then use eyes. Just spontaneously we use because we are used to the usage of the means of knowledge. Spontaneously we open our eyes and see and infer and know the color. Similarly, the sound. You don't see the object by hearing. You infer. Maybe the sound, maybe the bell of a temple. How do you know it's the bell of the temple, or it's a it's a bell, or the sound of a factory? You know this by the sound. You can infer. Inference is there. You hear because prior knowledge is there. Previous knowledge is there. With that, you compare, you gain. Therefore, we just operate the available means of knowledge because we are used to it, and it is the knowledge that the knowledge of the use of the means of knowledge is so inherent in us from the childhood. We use it. We don't think and use. We just apply the means of knowledge, and therefore, whether we know it or not, whether we know it or not, a pramanam, what we use, it must fulfill certain conditions to be a valid pramanam, a correct pramanam. There are certain conditions. And the first condition is a pramanam must have a subject matter of its own. It must have a subject matter. It must have a vishaya. It must have vishaya. For example, eyes, I said. Eyes were varna. Varna is the vishaya of eyes. Shabda is the vishaya of ears. And the touch is the vishaya of skin. Smell is vishaya of nose. So subject matter is there. Vishaya is there. This is the condition number 1. Then the next condition is the scope. The scope of one pramanam must not be covered by the other pramanam. The scope of one pramanam, we will discuss in detail later each condition. The scope of one pramanam must not be covered by the other pramanam. And Sanskritam it is called anadigatatvam. Anadigata. It is anadigata. Anadigatatvam. The status of being not covered by the other means of knowledge. If other means of knowledge also covers the scope of the other, the means of knowledge, another means of knowledge, then it becomes a problem. Then the knowledge what you gain may not be correct. Therefore, this condition is important. And the next condition, a pramanam must not be available for neither approval nor disapproval of other pramanam. Important condition. All the conditions are important. A pramanam must not be available. It must not be available for approval or disapproval. A pramanam cannot dismiss other pramanam. A pramanam cannot approve also. It's not only about dismissing, it's about approving also. So this condition is called abhaditatvam. The status of being not negating the other means of knowledge. If other means of knowledge negate a pramanam, then that's not a valid pramanam. We have to dismiss it. Because other means of knowledge, it determines it has influence in the means of knowledge. Therefore, the means of knowledge what you apply is not correct. If you want to gain the knowledge of the object, you have to use the right means of knowledge. So this condition is important. Then a pramanam must give clear knowledge. That is why we use a pramanam. We use a pramanam not for gaining hazy knowledge. For gaining clear knowledge, we use the pramanam. If haziness is there about an object, then we try by other means of knowledge. Why? Because I don't want any unclear knowledge. I want clarity. Clarity with regard to the knowledge. Everybody wants clarity. With you know, when there is no clarity, when there is no clarity, you cannot remain peace, cannot remain quiet. So you work for the clarity, and for clarity, you have to apply the right means of knowledge. Therefore, the knowledge what the Pramanam gains must be very clear. It must be free from doubts, must be certain, it must be meaningful, it must be sensible. This condition is called arthavatvam. It must be meaningful. A meaningful knowledge you gain. It should not be a meaningless, nonsensible, irrational. It cannot be. This is the fourth condition. Then the next condition is it must generate some knowledge. When you say pramanam, dhatu ma means to know. It means jnanam is involved. Therefore, it must generate some knowledge. Therefore, we say pramanam or knowledge generators. If it doesn't generate knowledge, then it doesn't deserve to be called a pramanam. It must be something else. Therefore, this condition is important. Jnana janakatvam. It is the fifth condition. Therefore, all these conditions are important for a pramanam to be a valid pramanam. Whether we know it or not, but we apply this condition, this means this condition and operate the pramanam. Operate the pramanam which are available at our disposal. We know only 5 pramanam. Why? Because these only 5 pramanams are available at the disposal of human beings. When you say 5 pramanam, I'm not talking about only the sense organs, 5 sense organs. These 5 sense organs come under pratyaksha pramanam, direct perception. That itself is a separate pramanam. But there are, that itself is a, pratyaksha covers all the 5 means of knowledge. That is one pramanam among the 5 means of knowledge. The 5 means of knowledge are available for human beings to operate. They are available at the disposal of human beings. And these 5 means of knowledge are called Paurusheya Pramanam. These 5 means of knowledge is called Paurusheya Pramanam. Paurusheya means Purusha, which is available. Purusha Sambandhi, connected to human beings. Purusha means human beings. Purusha means not only a man, it means woman also. It is Purusha means human beings. So the 5 means of knowledge which are available at the human being's disposition, they are pratyaksham, number 1, anumanam, number 2, arthapattihi, number 3, number 4, upamanam, number 5, anupalabdhihi. These 5 are Paurusheya Pancha Pramanani. Even Shabdam also it is used. Shabdam also it is sometimes you can see Shabdam also it is used with regard to the knowledge of the material world. Shabdam also is also means of knowledge. But with regard to the knowledge, what the Shastram gives, there no human effort is involved. No human intervention is involved. Not human effort, human intervention is not there. So we apply these 5 means of knowledge. Pratyaksha, Anumana, Arthapati, Upamanam, Anupalabdhi. In fact, we handle these 5 means of knowledge in our everyday life. We handle this and we understand the nature of the object by applying these means of knowledge to gain the correct knowledge of the object. So, generally we say these five pramanams are pancha paurusheya pramanani. Shabdam is also used to gain the knowledge of the object with the material, the object of the material world. That is also used. Since Vedas, that is Shastrams, are the nothing but the collection of Shabda, the words. Therefore, I keep the last Pramanam exclusively to say that it is a Apurishaya Pramanam. That is why I said Pancha Paurishaya Pramanam, covering all the five Pramanams which are available for human beings to operate. Let us take it that way and understand each Pramanam. Pratyaksham, Anumanam, Arthapattihi, Upamanam, Anupalabdhihi. These five means of knowledge which a human being operate, we will analyze each means of knowledge. We have to understand these means of knowledge, each means of knowledge very clearly. The first one is Pratyaksham. Aksha literally means Aksha is Akshi. Kamakshi, Meenakshi, Akshi is eyes. But I here means it's only a Upalakshana. I means that by which you gain knowledge. Seeing, I means seeing. Seeing means what? Understanding. The word see also means understanding. In English also. Do you see the fact? It means what? You understand the fact? That's the meaning. So, Aksha meaning I, meaning seeing, it means understanding. It means gaining. That's the meaning. Prati Aksha Pratyaksha. It means the knowledge of perception. The word Pratyaksham means the knowledge of perception. Knowledge of perception, that could be either the direct knowledge, the direct and the immediate perception of an external object, or an object is there outside which you perceive, which is available for immediate perception and therefore direct knowledge. That is, the object is outside with regard to the external object. The object could be in your mind also, in the form of an image. The object need not be external. The object would be in the form of an image in your mind. So, with regard to an external object, or with regard to the image, what you have in your mind about a thing, the direct and the immediate perception of it is called pratyaksham. Pratyaksham is a separate means of knowledge, and it is known as what it is known by the applying the sense organs. That is the knowledge what you gain by applying the sense organs to gain the knowledge of sense objects. They are unique. They are unique, and therefore it is a separate means of knowledge. And this pratyaksham, based on the availability of the sense organs, based on that, it is further divided. How many sense organs a human being enjoys? 5 sense organs. Therefore, pratyaksham also are of 5 types. Because each sense organ having different scope of application enjoys the privilege of being a pratyaksha pramana. Therefore, pratyaksha pramanani panchadha bhavanti. There are 5 pratyaksha pramanams. What are they? If you ask, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. That is all the 5 sense organs. ears, skin, eyes, tongue, and nose. Ears, that is Shrotram. Sanskritam it is called Shrotram. Skin is called Tvak. Tvak is called skin. Eyes, Chakshu. Two eyes are there, Chakshu. Tongue. Tongue is Jikhva. Nose, Nasika. So each sense organs has the five sense organs, which are generally called by the name Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, which are generally called by the sense objects which perceives, which the sense organs perceive. They are called by that names. Ears we call Shabda. Shabda is sound. It is the Vishaya. It is the sense object. It is a sense object available for the sense organ ear. We call the sense organ by the sense object, what it objectifies, what the sense organ objectifies. Based on that, we call the sense organ. We can call that. Nothing wrong in that. We can call the ear as Shrotram, or we can call it as a Shabda also. Because Shabda meaning sound, which is perceived by ears. Shrotram. Therefore, we can call the ear as Shabda. In Shastra discussion, we do like that. So, therefore, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, it means the five sense organs. Shabda, the sound is by ears, that is Shrotra, Shrotrendriyani. Indriyani means sense organs. Indriyani is sense organs. Vishaya means sense objects. Five Vishayas are there in the external world, in the Prapancha, and five sense organs Bhagavan has given. So sense objects are given and sense organs are given. These five sense organs are the important means of knowledge. It is given to understand, to know the five sense objects. The whole Prapancha is made of that only. So therefore, for Shabda meaning sound, the sense organ is Shrotra, ear. So we refer to ear by the word Shabda itself, by the sense object itself, Shabda. Similarly, Tvak meaning skin, it can perceive touch, sparsha, touch. The sense object being sparsha, we call the sense object being sparsha, we call the sense organ by the name sparsha itself. Similarly, rupa. Rupa means form. Which sense organ can perceive form? Eyes. Chakshu. We call the sense organ by the sense object rupa. Then rasa. Rasa means taste, which is perceived by the sense organ jikhva, tongue. We call the tongue by the sense object rasa. Rasanendriya. Shabdendriya is ear. Sparshendriya is skin, tvak. Rupendriya, it is eyes. Rasanendriya is tongue. Then the next one is gandha. Gandha is nose. Nasika. We address the nose by the sense object. Gandhendriya or Granendriya. Granam. So, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, when we say, it denotes the five sense organs, which are involved in the perception of external objects. So, these five sense organs, by operating which we get the direct knowledge of an object. Sense objects are available for immediate perception, and the knowledge is also direct. Therefore, it is grouped under one means of knowledge called pratyaksham. Pratyaksha Pramanam. And within this also, the five sense organs, the same conditions applied. Conditions, what are the five conditions we saw? The same conditions applies. Then only they are also valid. Like Varna Jnanam, the color, the knowledge of the color of an object. It is known only for eyes. It is not available for any other sense organs. Only eyes can gain that knowledge. Similarly, Rasajnanam, Sparshajnanam, Rupajnanam, Gandhajnanam. Sparshajnanam, only skin, touch. Rupajnanam, only eyes. Rasajnanam, tongue. Gandhajnanam, smell. Suppose if one sense organ enjoys or it's available for one sense organ is available for gaining the knowledge of an object which other sense organ also can do, then it's a problem. Then it's a problem. Then we cannot determine we cannot uh, determine the validity of the knowledge what the both the sense organs give. The knowledge will not be clear. But Bhagavan has given in such a way that there is no clash with regard to the knowledge gained by these sense organs because the scope is very clear. Scope is clear, and there is no overlapping of the sense organs activities to gain the knowledge. If one knowledge is available for more than one sense organ, then it is not considered to be a means of knowledge. Other means of knowledge can be supportive, can support, but it cannot prove or disprove. It cannot prove or disprove. If the color of the object is also known to ears, it's also known to ears, Shabda, then there will be a fight between the eyes and the ears. Because what the eyes have got particular scope, Varna Jnanam is that if ears also can play a role in determining the color, then it becomes a problem. Therefore, we cannot accept the two means of knowledge to gain the knowledge of an object. But Bhagavan has given in such a way there is no clash. Therefore, all the five sense organs, they are valid means of knowledge and they are grouped under Pratyaksha, Pramanam, Pratyaksham, Pratyaksham, that is available for immediate perception, direct perception. And the entire Jagat, the Prapancha, which is made of Pancha Bhuta, five elements, and these five elements can be objectified by five Indriyas, sense organs, Pancha Jnanendriyani. Even Indriya we address by the name Pancha Jnanendriyani, Jnanendriyas, because they are the generators of knowledge. Indriyani, sense organs, they are the generator of knowledge. Therefore, we call by the name Jnanendriyani. If the Indriyas are available for action, then we call it as Karmendriyani. Therefore, these five sense organs, they are Pancha Jnanendriyani, and the world has five sense objects, and Bhagavan has given you Pancha Jnanendriyani, and the knowledge of the world, the objectifiable world, is possible, is made available by these five sense organs only. Therefore, the sense organs are called Pratyaksha Pramanani. Pramayaha Karana Bhutatvat Pratyaksha Pramanani. Because it is the knowledge of the world is for that. The means is only having the status of being the means for gaining the knowledge of the object. Since these five sense organs has that, therefore they are called Pratyaksha Pramanani. And this Pratyaksham is a basis of all the other means of knowledge. It is a basis. All the other means of knowledge, they exist and depend for their operation on this Pratyaksha. Because only five sense organs are there. Only through five sense organs a knowledge can enter you. There is no other possibility. You say mind will be there, you can say mind is there. See, mind is there in every activity, in every operation, or in every operation of the means of knowledge. Mind is there. There is no knowledge possible without the mind. You open your eyes and you are seeing the color, the form. How do you perceive the color of an object? Not just because eyes are there. Mind also is there. Every knowledge is backed up by the mind. Activity of the mind is there. Your eyes may be open. You may be gazing at something, but your mind is not there. It's a blank gaze. That's why sometimes we have a problem. You see some people somewhere, maybe in the railway station, but you will be gazing somewhere, and the person whom you know may be coming, and you may think, the person may think, you saw me, but you didn't talk to me, you didn't say anything to me. But you will say, no, I was thinking, so my mind was at something else, I was thinking something. Possible. You see, but your mind is not there. Therefore, you don't gain the knowledge of the object. Similarly, when you hear also, somebody will be calling you loudly, but you will not hear because your mind is somewhere else. So the mind has to be there with the means of knowledge, with the sense organs to gain the knowledge. Therefore, it is understood. Mind always is there. Therefore, mind itself is not we cannot say it is a separate means of knowledge. Organs, sense organs backed up by the mind, we get the knowledge of the objects, the five sense objects. So, therefore, when we say this pratyaksha pramanam means five, the sense organs and the mind, both are involved. Sense organs, they can operate only with mind, backed up by the mind only can operate. Therefore, we don't have to count mind as a separate, no, one more means of knowledge. 5 plus 1, 6. No, we don't have to count it like that. Only five means of knowledge. And these five means of knowledge are the, the Mula Pramanam. These are the only means available for human beings to operate. With this, he operates and gain the knowledge of the object directly. And further, with these five sense organs, he can gain knowledge which are counted in the other means of knowledge. We are going to see one by one. But we have to understand all the other means of knowledge, whatever we enumerated in the slide, they exist and they depend for their operation on pratyaksham, which is the Mula Pramanam, which is the Mula Pramanam. So with this Mula Pramanam, we gain the knowledge of object by the application of other means of knowledge, like Anumanam, Arthapatti, Upamanam, Anupalabdhi, Shabdam. All the other means of knowledge, they are they exist, they are possible because of the Mula Pramanam, Pratyaksham. And Pratyaksham we have, within Pratyaksham we have five sense organs, Pancha Jnanendriyani. Through that we gain knowledge, direct perception. Knowledge is perceived directly, either directly or indirectly. If it is indirect, then other means of knowledge will walk in. Even for indirect knowledge of an object, we need Pratyaksha. The sound example I give. You hear the sound. You may see a person speaking loudly. You see the person and also the sound is heard. It is direct. But you hear the sound of the vehicle, suppose, that which passes. You know by the sound, you know whether it is a bus or it is a two-wheeler. Or if a person, somebody calls you, you know who is calling. You don't see the person. Your mother in the kitchen is calling you. By the sound, you infer, inference. You don't see the person directly, but you infer from the sound. Without hearing, you cannot infer. Without hearing, you cannot infer the sound of the person or of an object. So, sound is there. Based on the sound, you infer. That is called Anumana Pramanam. So, Mula Pramanam operates. Based on that, other Pramanam walks in. So, we will discuss one by one each Pramanam in detail in the subsequent classes. So, Pratyaksham we discussed today. So, with this, we conclude today's class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanta Shanta Shanti Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಜಿ.